pinballers. This is a gigantic step that I've gotten done. So all of today I have put in all of the grounding wire. Don't know if you can really see it, but here's part of it. So I've run it all over the place, where I could remember anyways. So there's quite a lot of ground wire. I haven't actually mounted the speaker yet. That is actually loose still, but I did get on the scoreboard, and I don't know if I can do this without. Let me take the speaker off. There we go. And then so I've got this nice and so that I can work on it and I don't have to worry about it falling or whatever like I did before. And there's more of the ground wire, and unfortunately there's something wrong with the motor. I think it might be stripped because it makes it's like it's going to spin sometimes, but yeah, it doesn't really work. I also put in batteries just before filming, and it's a pain in the ass to get in batteries in a new battery holder, but I got them in. And I'm really proud of the fact that none of these fuses have blown yet. Of course I don't have everything in yet, but so far all of these have held. The bridge rectifier hasn't blown up like I thought it was going to, and so far even these over here that are 5 amp 6.3 volts AC, those haven't blown either, although that might be something to do with the play field. So those might actually blow if I put it in the play field. Of course the solenoid driver here, everything's good here. Of course there's no really any solenoids to work yet, so, and I haven't figured where to mount this stuff yet. So yeah, oh yeah, and there's that botched up job of somebody dropped solder or trying to solder that diode on, and it melted about a quarter to half of the diode, and I'm thinking that might be what made the coil lock on, because this is this here is the knocker coil wiring here, these 3 wires here, and I taped the 2 reds together just to remind me that those go together. I'm also probably going to look at the original knocker because there is the vinyl on the terminals, so I will look at those when I go to put in the new coil, new coil, which I probably should assemble that and see what goes on. Although I probably should, if somebody knows what the heck, how to test a diode that looks like crap, and is it going to give the right value, though, is the thing, because I have no idea what values these things are, because I'm totally new to this pinball repair stuff. So, oh yeah, and there's the two heat sinked. I put new thermal paste on both of those as it called for, and so far they have held up pretty good. So I'm really happy. Oh yeah, and there's the ground for inside the cab here. And what I did is I actually nailed, I used the security nails, and I actually nailed it onto each of the top of the brackets there on the legs. And then here I brought it, I did 2 staples, and then I stapled this piece, and then I did a bunch of staples and brought the ground into the subwoofer here. And of course, ground wire. And then for up here, I remember that the side rail was grounded here, so, and that's what this, there's a hole here. So this will be screwed in when I put the side rails in. Then I went 2 ways with the ground wire. One I did underneath here and grounded the coin box metal thing, although I don't know if it needed it or not really. But anyways, and then I stapled on this piece on the corner here for the coin door. Then I ran this up, and actually the stuff that I ran from the legs is actually one continuous piece. And then what I did is I started with the offshoots of the ground wire. So yeah. So, and yes, I know that the stapling isn't the most perfect stapling job. I do have an electric stapling gun that I used, and it's really a pain in the butt to use sometimes, because sometimes it'll do 2 staples and sometimes it'll do like what it did here, and sometimes I have to hammer the staples in because it didn't go in all the way. But anyways, then after I got out over here, I went up and did the same thing that I did on the other side, which there's the hole for the and then I actually do get the plate in. I think there was only one place that it was grounded, but I just did a couple screws. So when I go to screw it down, that'll be grounded. Then of course I ran the ground through the power conduit, or wherever the line cord thingy, whatever you call it, box. And then I ran it through there, and then did the offshoot on into the transformer here, and I actually did 2 legs here. I think the original only had 1, but I'm not actually sure. It's really late, and then my brain's kind of fried from working all day and through the night. And then the last piece is on the leg there, and this is something that I actually added, is these tubes. just to keep things nice and tidy, although I did mess up and put this connector here should be over on this spigoty mess, but because as you can see it's hooked into this part here, so oh well. But anyways, let's close this baby up and I'm gonna surprise you guys. Alright, let's do this thing. After what, since 2009 or so, I've longed to hear the song of high speed again, and I finally today got to hear the song of high speed. Turn it up just a little bit more. My folks are asleep, so but let's see if it there we go. I did put the, well, you saw that I put batteries in, so but there's no way to test that because of course don't have the playfield in at all. And I'm hoping that there is a hum. I don't think it is as bad as it was originally, but the big difference is that all of the lights work. That is what I'm like, because this back box was so dark and now it's lit up like a Christmas tree, and this one is actually finicky. It does light, but the socket is I have to push on it sometimes. The flashers, I still haven't figured what's with these, because there's something going on, because when they're all flat, all the lights are on, these are the only ones that aren't on. These four, everything up here is on, and including these are flashing, all flashing. So there's something, I don't know what the heck's going on there, unless I have to have things a bunch of other things connected or something. But let me get into the test stuff. Yes, that's the song I was talking about. Display test. Well, and I've noticed that the display seems to be a lot brighter too. Before, the original was when I originally got it and powered it on, it just everything was just dim about it. But I think the all new caps and the bridge rectifier that I put in there really brought this thing, brightened this thing up really well. I'm really happy with what I've accomplished here. It's my first restore, and I really thought this thing was going to be in a ball of fire when I turned it on, but as you can see, it's going. Sound test.
Come over.
Yeah, this is the one where I think the flashers are supposed to be going, but I'm not completely sure because the ones on the bottom are flashing, so I'm not sure about that. I checked inside there, and they are. I can't find any place that they're. Whoops. I can't find anywhere that they are. That there's any short or anything. It's nothing. No wires are touching. Other things and. So I don't know. And let me get into some of these other tests. Single lamps. I don't know why it skips over the single lamps unless that's specifically for the playfield. But it just goes to the game over here, which it shows the light there. Coil test, which the motor is on this one. Yeah, the police light. I think it's supposed to be spinning, but it just blinks like that. I thought it was supposed to spin too. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that. And do auto. Switch levels. Oh no, those high score resets. I don't have any. What is the difference between switch levels and switch edges? They seem to do the same thing. Although the only thing that I've tested is the coin door switches. High speed. Oh yeah, and this is the audit stuff. Not really that exciting. Well, I don't have the start button all put together, so some of this I remembered that, oh yeah, the start button is the thing that gives you some of the options. So I'm like, you're derp. But anyways, I think that's everything else is going to be pretty boring, or at least until I get everything in, of course. Right now everything is actually literally loose in here. So yeah. Get out of the audits, advance. Yeah, because I think you have to do the start button for the balls game. The balls. I think you have to do start, and then it'll do 5 balls, or you can do 3, which it's set at 3, which I'm gonna probably keep it at that. Tilt warding. now it's into gameplay, although not really. What? Where's the play field? No. I'll point the camera at this for a little bit because it goes into a little bit of a display thing. I'm sorry about the flicker on the display. It doesn't show on when you're really here, but on the camera it seems to be blinking, but it doesn't on my side. But oh yeah, I'm so glad that these lights are all lit. Well, now at some point I'll probably replace the that socket that I have to occasionally bump a little, and these I don't know what is going on with the flashers. I know I have to replace at least one of these because one of these does spin. But yeah, it's pretty exciting to see this working. I wish that more was here. Still need to clear coat the playfield. That's why I haven't done any populating of the playfield. But this is as far as I've gotten, and it's actually very far. And just hearing the song of high speed, yeah, it's telling me that it wants me to play it. I do want to play it so badly. I know. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, man. But can't play yet. But anyways. But yeah, this has really been an emotional time for me. Just to hear the music and the speech, the little bit of speech that's in the game, just it's freaking awesome. And as far as I've gotten on this thing, it's just I've gotten really far from not having this thing working at all to having this thing so that I can test it and see what's going on. So yeah, this is pretty much what I've done so far. I'll yak at you guys later.